Hey, we're back.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's real fast. Okay.
No, for them.
Alrighty.
Yay!
Welcome back.
Marvis time. I really enjoyed Fawcett, goddamn.
Yeah, volume 16.
Cultivation. Okay,
This time-
captivation.
This time we're gonna go with the clown fucker.
Yay! Look at him!
Here he is.
He's got a ripped up shirt.
Yep.
And a necktie that annoys me. Probably because he's a clown.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Here you go.
Here we go.
It's the clown concert. You find yourself ambling down the road without any particular destination in mind. It seems you don't have to do much active searching to land yourself in varying combinations of adventure and or disaster. Where will the vicissitudes of fate next lead you? Who knows? You walk for a while like that. You've just about lost all hope of running into a wacky contrivance when your palm husk lights up with the delightful and or foreboding sound of friendship. Someone is calling you.
A zebra.
You're less excited to see that the person who happens to be calling you is Zebra.
Yay.
It's not that you dislike Zebra, precisely. It's just that you might struggle to rank him above literally any other troll you've met, including the yellow guy who loves genocide. No, you're not one to leave a friend hanging. You dutifully answer the call.
Ah, good, my good friend. Okay, let's hear. I forgot what his voice sounds like.
It sounds like Nick Cage.
I don't know what Nicolas Cage sounds like. It sounded too much like fucking Asbaja for a second.
You do this every time.
You picked up. Whatever, he gets a new voice now. Awfully quickly, I might add.
Yeah, you just love friendship.
Friendship.
You ask Zebra why he's calling.
My good friend. Do I need a reason to call? Ooh, mixed.
Yes, dude.
Is the thrill of dialectical repose not cause enough to make social contract with one of my dearest adversaries / friend, or maybe more depending on whatever you feel comfortable with and interested in at any given point in time? Okay.
You have no idea how to even respond to that.
Haha, nah, I'm just
Fucking with you.
I stand to incur material gain from your association. I need you to stay right where you are.
Well, what are you going to do? Hang up? You stand right where you are and stay on the line. You ask what Zebra is up to, but he won't say. Tells you he needs to concentrate.
Hang on, I need to concentrate.
Eventually you notice a strange shape resolving in the distance down the road, drawing nearer slowly but steadily. After a while longer of waiting, the figure in the distance grows close enough for you to tell that it's Zebra. Oh, that's you say. It looks like he's riding on some kind of incredibly cursed hover Segway.
Yeah, I'm coming, sweetie.
You would say it takes maybe 15 minutes or so for him to make it the entire way over on his hover scoot.
Hover scoot. Okay. Alright. There you are. Impressed by my new ride?
Oh yeah, you say. You're very impressed.
I knew you would be. Okay. I brought it out because tonight is a very special night. Or it will be, if you'd be so kind as to make me the happiest troll on Alternia.
Is he like proposing to you?
What?
Never mind. You ask him what he's vague blogging about.
What indeed? The real question of what are you doing this evening? Okay.
Well, it's not like you've ever had any plans to do anything besides stupidly bumble into one ludicrous boondoggle after another. Seems like whatever he's alluding to, inviting you to, probably fits the bill for being included in your long itinerary of unspecified dumbass bullshit you were bound to get embroiled in anyway.
Fantastic. Well, it just so happens that I managed to get my hands on 2 tickets to Clown Fest XX Rex. And I thought, who better to take along than my dearest alien associate of unspecified nature?
You have no idea what Clownfest XX Rex is, but it's not off to a good start with the name. Okay.
Oh, I should have known you wouldn't be familiar with it. It's a little sophisticated for an off-road reprobate? What does reprobate mean?
I don't fucking know, man.
Such as yourself. It's a music festival centered around Purple Blood performers. I love this music so far.
Need a newt.
This is Marvis's. I love it.
Read the newt.
Now, normally I wouldn't trifle with high blood entertainment, disgustingly oppressive as it is. But when you think about it, aren't clowns the most disprivileged class of them all?
You don't ask him to explain what he means by that, because everyone would be really angry reading it. That's hoopily. Okay.
Alright, agree to toss your meaty moral body into a clown pit to get moshed to death or whatever. Or find something else to do that sounds less fucking awful. Alright, let's find something else to do.
Sounds like the bad one, but Zebra's pulled fast ones on us before.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, you can't say that the invitation isn't tempting. Going to a writhing gathering of violent jesters certainly sounds like a recipe for a stimulating time. But what if you didn't throw yourself blindly into obvious peril for once in your incredibly painful life? Pass.
Oh.
Zebra sighs heavily. He looks completely destroyed. Despite yourself, you feel a pang of guilt in your chest.
I see. I guess that's fine. I'll just have to find someone else to facilitate my brush with greatness.
What is that supposed to mean? You don't bother to ask. When you don't give in to his obvious guilting either, Zebra seems to accept his fate.
Sigh, whatever. I can't believe I came all the way here on my hover scoot just to be callously rejected like this. But I guess I'll see you around, hotcakes.
Zebra powers up his little scooter, gearing up to go. But when he tries to lean back so the machine will start heaving in reverse, something is wrong. The scooter just won't move, no matter how many times he slaps at the control panel on the handlebars. You ask if it's broken.
What? No, it can't be. It's brand new. And it was just working a minute ago. Maybe I'm in the wrong mode.
Zebra hammers the buttons on the control panel for a bit with no luck.
I hope he just dies right now, like it explodes on him.
You're stupid.
Damn, maybe it is the motors.
The Zebra tries leaning forward to check it out. That's not the problem at all. In fact, as soon as he pushes his weight against the control stick, the scooter surges forward. It collides with your frail human body, knocking you to the ground, and there's too much momentum in the motion for Zebra to stop there. The jets underneath the scooter rake over your pummeled body, incinerating you and killing you instantly.
Excellent, yay! I wonder how Zebra felt about that. Well, guess we'll never know. Also, what is that symbol? Hang on. Is that Zebra's symbol?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Whatever.
Oh, what a scoot. It's not
well, we're dead. Also, I like that lovely drawing of his body.
Yes.
Like his legs coming out of the middle there.
Yes. It's a high quality drawing.
Okay, go.
Alright, that's good. Alright.
I like how it just couldn't end with him leaving. We just had to, I love that.
He had to kill us on accident.
It's a good thing that society doesn't have as much bullshit when you kill someone. It's like, well, that was an accident.
Yeah.
Time to move on with my life.
That is a symbol. It's not just its fucking best.
Yeah, okay.
So let's agree to toss your meaty moral body into a clown pit to get moshed to death, or whatever.
I knew you'd be there for me. Alright, let's go.
Zebra invites you to hop onto the back of his scooter so you can head out to Clownfest. You say you're not sure this is the most effective avenue of locomotion. Zebra tells you it's all the rage and not to be a little bitch about it.
Don't be a little bitch. Fuck it. So let me tell you a little about my plans for tonight.
It feels like the scooter is going even slower than it was when he arrived, now that it's struggling under the weight of two people.
You see, my favorite rhyme juggler on the planet is going to be there tonight. His name is Marvis. Self-voicing.
Self-voicing enabled. Zebra, His name is Marvis Colodo.
Colo.
Self-voicing
Colodo.
disabled.
Solodo. You might have heard of him. He's pretty famous, or maybe he's Zolodo.
It's probably Zolodo.
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 Yeah.
Zolodo.
Okay, anyway, go.
You
He's
say
pretty famous, anyway.
you say you've never heard of him because you're an alien.
Oh, right. Well, he's one of the best in all of Alternia.
He's only the best.
Well, he's only the best in all of Alternia.
You're such a newt.
He came up a few sweeps back when he won first place on Slam or Get Cold. Oh.
Oh damn.
Well, you went on Slam and Get Cold, even though you're fucking high blood. I guess.
Well, yeah. You get some express privileges as the high blood.
Oh, you do? Okay.
If you forgot, it's not quite so rough.
Okay, yeah. Oh, please tell me you at least know about Slam or Get Cold.
You do not know about Slam or Get Cold. You're a newt.
Okay. Well, it's a bi-sweeply. Look at all that hate in that moment.
Mm-hmm. Twice as sweet.
It's a bi-sweeply reality program where aspiring slam poets compete to prove who has what it takes. It's really cutthroat stuff, bro.
Mm-hmm. Let me just turn the mic a little bit.
Oh, am I being too quiet?
A little bit.
Sorry, Zebra's got a quieter voice.
Mm-hmm.
And it also requires me to, be like this, I guess. I mean, I think there are at least 5
Decapitation.
decapitations a season. Great. The competition is about skill, no matter the blood color of who is competing. The troll who wins is the troll who has the nastiest flow, dopest bars.
You're such a snood.
Everyone has an equal shot. I don't know about that. I mean, sure, a high blood has won every season to date. But it's basically biology that clowns are better at rhyming than everyone else.
Yeah, good point.
Racist.
You're a snood. You're a snood.
Just reminded of Tavros and Dave when they were having their dunkly.
You're done.
Anyway, even if high bloods were low bloods, that would still be true. Okay. That's equality.
Yeah, makes sense. You think this is really progressive stuff he's saying? Where could he have possibly gotten so educated and smart?
Oh, you flatter me. I went to school. Anyway, as you know, I am deeply connected in the music industry. But because of oppressive hemispectrum systems, I'm afraid I'm only truly afforded downward mobility. I'm afraid I'm only truly afforded downward mobility. What does that mean? You don't know?
Downward movement. Oh. That downward mobility, as opposed to upward mobility, is when he's afforded downward mobility, that means he can fucking
take your time. See, making those noises just takes up more time.
You're neat.
People are waiting.
You're waiting. His connections only go down, they don't go up.
Oh, got it. Okay. Fuck, I accidentally... Whoops.
Stop it. Stop.
Whoops.
Stop.
Whoops. Whoops.
Stop it.
Whoops.
Cameron, you fucking skipped the line.
The clown sphere is a really insular, close-knit community. Insular, whatever, go. But with the right hustle, I'm going to break that glass ceiling. Marvis is the perfect troll to bring me into the fold.
Mm-hmm. You say this guy sounds pretty brutal. Are you sure you want to actually meet this clown?
Can't wait for you to edit the scooter thing later.
You're bad.
What, Marvis? Ha! I mean, sure, he does what he needs to survive in a rigidly ossified power system that can never be truly dismantled by the actions of a single individual. But that doesn't mean that he supports it. Contrary to what you might think, Marvis is a spectacularly subversive figure in the industry. If you listen to his music, really listen, you'll hear some borderline revolutionary stuff. Okay? Borderline. I think he'd tear it all down if he could. Have complete chaos. That's what
Bad.
Marvis wants.
You're a snood.
I might have mentioned it, but being a clown is kind of woke.
Okay.
That's why I've always wanted to probe that think pan of his, really get to the bottom of his radical praxis, and help spread his message of social reform to the masses.
Hup, hup.
You're going to help me do it.
After 4 hours of scooting and one excruciatingly detailed unbroken account of the events of the past 3 seasons of Slammer Get Cold, you arrive at Clownfest X6 Rex.
Oh, he's juggling hot dogs. Look at all these clowns.
Mm-hmm.
Also, look, some of them are like wearing colors that there's like one with a red shirt on over there and pink, purple dress.
What a nut. They're clowns, man.
Look at them all.
Yep. The neat zone.
I love them.
Clownfest feels more like a circus than your idea of a music festival, and the distance is a wide open field, dotted with disorganized masses of people, all gathered before a nightmarish stage you presume to be the site of this evening's main event. The entrance to the festival grounds opens up into something of a parking lot, filled with whimsical tents and people selling various snacks and refreshments. You see a clown juggling what looks at least 7 hot dogs. Absolutely ghoulish. You're glad Demon isn't here to see this. Zebra brings you up to the gates, flashes your tickets, and gets you wristbanded and admitted to the festival grounds. Seems like there's still some time before the performance is slated to start. There are some spectators already gathered in the field, but those of more privileged bloodcasts are lined up around the tents in the lot to buy food and merchandise. While you walk around the festival grounds, you ask Zebra what exactly he has planned. What could you possibly do to get him in good with the clowns? Zebra takes it as an invitation to whisper conspiratorially into your ear. His breath is hot and heavy against your hearing canal.
Here's the plan, my sweet little restaurant. We get in, wait for the show to start, and then when Marvis comes onto the stage, really gets into his act,
We grab him.
and we run away. Don't worry, I'm way stronger than anyone in the world.
You're so bad.
You're going to jump the barricade and rush the stage. Oh god.
By ourselves.
Or at least you're going to try. Of course I'm going to stop you. I'll tackle you before you make it to the stage. And I'll cull you right in front of Marvis and everybody.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, calm down. I'm trying to tear down the stereotypes that low-bloods are all simple-minded dullards, and you aren't doing your people any favors by reinforcing the cause for prejudice. Obviously, I'm not going to really kill you. You'll simply pretend to play dead after I've heroically foiled your black designs on Marvis. My actions will firmly place me within Marvis's Ashen Quadrant, so he'll have no choice but to recognize me. Because you fucking stopped someone who was gonna rush the stage. Oh, you're so desperate, Zebra. I don't think that's gonna work, honey. And then the clowns will see that what a hero I am, and praise me, and bring me backstage to reward me.
Oh.
It's really a flawless plan, my dear. If you just do what you're told, nothing will go wrong.
We use our nice legs.
I'm gonna get an option here.
Before you can... Is there a Skype noise in the song? There is. So there's something that sounds like a Skype noise that just happened.
Okay, well anyway, go.
Before you can proffer any critique of this caper, the jovial clamor of chatting and revelry surrounding you is pierced by a rising chorus of blood-curdling shrieks. You whip around to ascertain the source of the dreadful sound, but it becomes quickly apparent that those were not screams of pain at all. You know what's up when Zebra joins in with the ears-splitting squeals?
I'm not gonna squeal. That's him!
Bad.
That's him! Anyway.
It's the man of the hour himself. An expensively dressed juggalo is making his way through the crowd, flanked by a robust team of hulking indigo blood. Every aspect of him.
Do you have a chuckle, Ludi? Okay, keep going.
Every aspect of him telegraphs unimaginable celebrity. The purposefully disheveled yet fashionable fit of his clothes, the swagger of his step, the 10-man camera crew trailing behind him. He walks with a measured poise despite the chaos rising within him. Dozens and dozens of young trolls are flinging themselves at his entourage without any apparent concern for their safety. The bodyguards are roundhouse kicking the eager teens into the ground left and right like a bloody blender of adolescent aliens. It's pure carnage.
Okay.
Alright.
He really knows how to draw a crowd, doesn't he? Sigh.
A minute ago, it was tough to truly grasp the hype, but after seeing him in person, you don't know what it is, but this swaggy clown has an undeniable gravitas that commands the attention of everyone around him. It's impossible to look anywhere else. Even the Alternian moonlight seems to endeavor to glint off his golden accoutrements twice as bright. But he's gone just as quickly as he arrived, up to the festival stage to set up his act. He leaves a bloody void in his wake. Zebra is bouncing on the balls of his feet following the encounter. He clearly can't wait to get up into the pit, and to be honest, neither can you. What is it about a good clown that's so utterly irresistible?
Man, I can wait, and that's still intimidate. The fucking there's bloody people everywhere.
Zebra takes you up to the field spread out before the stage. There are thousands and thousands of trolls already standing around, ready for the show to start. From the looks of the crowds in the back breaking down their tents, there have been Rustbloods camping out for days to secure their spots. But even those hard-won locations are much further to the back than where Zebra is leading you. There aren't many Hivebloods here by comparison, so Zebra is able to take you to walk right in, muscle past all the ceruleans, and grab a spot by the barricade with maybe 5 minutes to spare before the show starts. There's some roadies up on stage now dashing around to finalize all the equipment arrangements.
Oh, shit. Did you remember to bring your concert diaper? What?
Excuse you? Zebra turns to you with wide eyes. You're awfully close together now, boxed in by the swell of trolls pushing
Remember
your
to
body.
bring our... First things first, why would we remember to bring our diaper if you just picked us up off the street? Second, why do we need a diaper?
Concert diaper. You're awfully close together now, boxed in by the swell of trolls pushing your bodies closer and closer to the stage.
You know. Your concert diaper.
You don't actually know. You don't have a single clue about your concert diaper. You ask him if he's wearing his concert diaper. He pats the front of his pants, which you notice are looking a bit plumper than usual.
What the fuck? Okay. Of course. You can't just come to one of these things without your concert diaper. You're gonna piss yourself. Things in this pit can get pretty intense, bro. And you can't leave to use the load gaper after it starts.
Oh no.
Oh, gross. Oh, you're disgusting. Man, you're really going to regret not bringing your concert diaper.
The real question is, does anyone else have a concert diaper?
You look around and see that everyone is wearing a diaper.
Oh no.
What the fuck?
Read the news. Yeah. There we go.
So is everyone around us. Wait, did you skip a line?
No.
Okay.
Before you can even attempt to formulate a response to that, the crowd breaks into thunderous cheering. Your heart skips a beat as you look up. But
Fucking disgusting.
but of course, the clown who's clambering up to center stage isn't him. Marvis is clearly too hot to blow on the first act. All the same, people are real fired up over this raggedy juggalo. He seems like a serviceable clown, you suppose. He's got enough gold chains and is reasonably swaggy. He gets bumping and drops a few bars. It's fine, you guess, but he's not your clown. You know the moment you laid eyes on Marvis that he was the only clown your heart would ever be able to see again. He leans into your ear and has to yell to be heard over the sounds of the music and the crowd.
Titch! How do you fucking loudly?
You don't. You say the sound.
Yeah. I've never much liked Raps to Slamsy's work, to be honest.
Raps the Slamsies.
Raps to
That's his name.
Slamsy's.
God damn it.
Sure, the beats are produced well, but he has a very insipid sense of lyricism. Triz is clamness. Triz is indefatigable military might that. We get it. You want to harpoon the heiress.
Ooh, nasty.
Damn. Go. Who doesn't, honestly? We don't need to hear about it all day.
A solid 15 minutes of mildly provocative slams later, and old Slamsy is slinking off backstage. As soon as he's gone, a new jester takes the floor. 15 minutes, dear God. If you wanted to get into the music, it proves difficult. Every new act they bring onto the stage is immediately followed by a hollering earful of Zebra's scathing critiques. I wonder why he's so fixated on getting in good with this gaggle of urban farceurs if he thinks so little of their technical and artistic merits to begin with.
Because Marvis is cool.
As you stand leaned sweatily against the barricade, you're starting to wonder if it's all worth it. Could the sight of a single rapping man really outweigh all the physical and psychic agony of waiting and standing and stewing in the heat of the pit? Will you have just endured nearly 3,000 words of hanging out with Zebra for something that will ultimately let you down? But as the penultimate clown trundles off the set, the taste of the air changes, the lights on the stage go dark, the booming sound system goes quiet, and a tremulous hush falls over the crowd. You feel your heart stop in that silence. You know down to your bones that this is the moment you've been waiting for. Oh yes, from Sea Dweller to Rustblood, nobody moves. The sound of his light footsteps against the darkened stage could only be audible to someone as close as you. The anticipation swallows you whole. When the floodlights snap back on and illuminate his astounding figure center stage, you feel it. Though yet of modest stature, the lanky juggalo has the presence of a man 1,000,000 feet tall. He radiates a power the likes of which you've never felt before. You feel him inside of you, intimately, religiously, indelibly. Yes, this is it. This is your clown. And he opens his mouth to utter what feels like the most important words you've ever heard in your life.
Hey. Oh wait, no. I'm fucking Zebra's voice.
You're bad.
You wanna be it? You wanna do your Dunkley Birdie voice? Birdly voice?
Hey.
Yes, perfect.
All hell breaks loose. Everyone is screaming around you.
None was screaming.
You grip tight on his barricade as you stare up at him, glowing, messianic, arms outstretched to drink in the zealous fervor of the crowd. All incited by a single incredibly powerful word. Hey. God, you'll never forget it. What up, guys? Lol.
I love it.
Clowny face. You jugs are ready to cook. Ooh.
Don't ooh. He doesn't do that. Don't do that. He's too cool for ooh.
What are these punctuation marks?
Oh, it's a clowny punctuate. Go.
You can't help it. You start screaming. You're so fucking ready. Lol, these buddies be baking beans. What?
Okay.
Let's just do self-voicing real quick.
Self-voicing enabled. Marvis.
Yeah.
Self-voicing disabled.
Shiz. Any of y'all forget your concert diapers because it's rank out there?
Okay.
You feel racked by shame. How could you forget your concert diaper? You'll never be so foolish again.
Except you probably did we really piss and shit ourselves? I hope we did.
But it's aight.
I wonder if that's like a joke that like became a serious trend.
I'm refreshing things up, you hear me? Zebra takes hold of your hand and squeezes it tight. You appreciate the gesture.
God, he's so fucking beautiful.
You understand. You feel deeply, utterly devastated to know how far out of your grasp he is. Why would a man like that ever even look at you? There's no way someone so tremendous, so magnificent, so extravagant would waste his time offering his friendship to someone as insignificant as you. But as
He points at you specifically.
yeah, of course. But as desolating as that feeling might be, you aren't ready to put him out of your life just yet. Maybe there are other ways you can be close to him. Listen to his music, follow him wherever he goes, dedicate your life to him.
Okay.
You want to know everything about him that you can. Maybe in this way you can honor him, befriend him in your own heart, if not his. Is a love one-sided any less beautiful?
Okay.
I wonder if this is like a psychological effect of his person.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Anyway, go.
When the music at last starts to blast through the speakers, you ascend. The pain in your legs and your back disappears. You feel nothing but streaming euphoria. You thank the forces of serendipity for guiding you to the glorious epiphany of this beatific singularity. The show's nothing to scoff at either. You, a highly discerning individual known to frequently make posts online regarding the quality of rap and whether or not those who purport to possess such ability do in fact have the requisite bars that are fully blown away by the act. And some really good stuff. He's just really going in hot with those raps. Not that intensity is the sole barometric of the quality of hip-hop. The fire that Marvis is dropping is a broad contemporary performance that would equally satisfy any aficionado of any relevant subgenre. Not a single thing about him is even slightly racist.
Wow, okay.
You're really starting to get into the zone when Zebra starts to scream in your ear again. You were already going deaf from the concert as it was.
I think it's about time to get this show on the road, don't you?
Oh boy.
Let's no fucking way and be a regular person and never befriend Marvis by not standing out.
No fucking way. Are you kidding, you say? There's no way you're going to vault over that barricade and try to make an attempt on Marvis's life, fake or not. For one thing, that plan is fucking stupid, and you'd immediately die. Second of all, Marvis is a beautiful artist with the soul of a true poet, and you're not going to help anyone attempt to exploit his celebrity for selfish purposes. You conclusively inform Zebra that he'll have to find someone else to help him hoodwink sweet Marvis.
What's that? I can't hear you over all the incredibly vicious and beautiful rapping.
You tell Zebra that you're not doing it, you just want to listen to the rest of the concert and enjoy yourself. Zebra seems horribly taken aback.
What? But I thought we were Friends. Friends.
You reassure Zebra that you are friends, but affirming a friendship doesn't necessarily require one to embark upon a ludicrous suicide pact in order to socially hornswoggle a rhythmically gifted Mary Andrew. You're hardly Thelma and Louise, get real. He tells Zebra he needs to find someone else to help him cozy up to the clown's inner circle. Zebra harumphs, offended, and decides to go. He starts to push away through the crowd down the length of the barricade. And with that, you're free to turn your gaze back to his mirthful eminence and embrace the new piece you have found in his artwork. Marvis only keeps distributing dope and the crowd only gets rowdier. Before you know it, you find yourself being wrenched into the rioting mass, jostled about and subsumed by the transcendent power of the music.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Your pitiful little body becomes nothing but a note in his wicked symphony, a raindrop washed away in the rapids. Some time ago, you might have accepted your fate here and allowed yourself to be trampled by the mob, but you have something to live for now. Even as you feel yourself begin to physically break, those sick beats tether you spiritually to the mortal world. His ruthless bars cut through the heat and sweat and heavy stench of piss and meat, drawing you like a sailor to the siren song. Not even death could wrench you free of his grasp. In spite of the odds, you manage to muscle your way back up to the fore. You exit the mosh pit a shattered mess, bruised, battered, and broken, hanging on only by the most tenuous of threads. As you look around you, you get a glimpse of your fate. You're surrounded on all sides by trolls who have collapsed and been trampled dead, faces frozen in a rictus of ecstasy.
Okay.
Given how lightheaded you feel, you aren't long for this world either. You can carry on a bit further for him. Wow, he's really something else, that Marvis, you think, as your wasted body slumps against the barricade. It's all you can do to lift your weak head and stare up at him, drinking up his boundless audiovisual wonder as your vision starts to blur and your consciousness begins to fade. You jerk back to your senses when you feel something splashing over your face. Oh damn. You cast around wildly for the source of the water. To your disbelief, you see that it was Marvis. He's standing at the edge of the stage, gyrating his hips to the choreography as he looks down at you in concern.
Okay.
It's like staring into the groin of an angel.
Okay. Oh my god.
It's in that zone right here.
His waist is so thin. Anyway.
He waits for a break in his verse to cover his mic and mouth to you.
Yo,
buddy,
oh,
you
yeah.
eyes. You can't believe how gracious he is. To see a humble fan such as yourself in pain and stop to make sure you're okay. Is this real, or have you passed into heaven after all?
Maybe I should now keep going.
Your gaze tracks up from his well-proportioned crotch to the generous view offered by the plunging neckline of his shirt. You're all right now. You've never been more right in your life. Marvis jumps off the stage into that impassable purgatory that separates it from the pit, the gods from the mortals, and makes his way over to you. He stretches out his hands. Hey, babe.
Oh my god. This is amazing.
Want to dance, clowny face?
Oh my god. Oh, I love it.
Your broken bones are no obstacle. Instinct propels you over the barricade and into his arms. He catches you like you've both been waiting your entire lives for this moment. You've never felt more warm or safe. He scoops you up with his incredible strength and carries you back onto the stage. Marvis is talking into his mic again, so his words reverberate through the entire field. Look what we got here! It seems like a low blood cut to the front of the line, my friends. LOL!
Go.
The remainder of the crowd that's still conscious boos viciously. What? What's happening? Oh, you're clearly bleeding red from being stomped in the face several times in the mosh pit, and in the murky lights of the stage, it looks awfully burgundy. Someone's been naughty.
Wait, okay, yeah. Time to be murdered.
Yes, you've been so naughty, you say into the mic.
Oh my god. Okay. Good thing we have no shame.
No remorse. For damn shame. The crowd jeers. Well, we clearly got a criminal on our damn hands. What do you think I should do with him?
Oh boy, time to die.
Any opinions? The response is disjointed but still functionally unanimous. Amidst the clamor, one word keeps ringing out clearly. Wow, y'all want me to kill him? Shit, that's brutal. Well, I ain't one to let down my fans, you hear me? Justice be done, my merry men. What better way to cap off a wicked night than with a little gutter blood shower? LOL, winky clowny face. Well, you're hardly qualified to question Marvis's judgment. If what he wants is to publicly execute you in front of a crowd of his adoring fans, you guess that's how it has to be.
Yeah, it's time to die.
You surrender completely as Marvis directs the stagehands to help him erect some sort of makeshift crucifix. You don't struggle as he carries you over and ties you up suspended above the crowd.
Oh god.
The spotlights shine on you, burning hot. All the spotlights shine on you, burning hot. The audience's rapturous screams deafen you. But all you can see is Marvis, approaching you ringed in otherworldly light. His back is to the crowd, so you are the only one who can see his face like this. Intense, focused, merciless. A gaze meant only for you. You've never felt more special. He steps up before you, face to face. You stare into his eyes, enthralled. Such clear eyes, so potent and beautiful. Your only regret is that you can't gaze into them for longer. Oh boy.
Alright.
Marvis takes hold of his cane and in a fluid motion draws out its rapier-sharp hidden blade. The metal glints 1,000 colors in the light of the stage, almost as awesome as he is. You hope he strikes true. Yours will be a magnificent death. But then he winks. Yeah, Newt. Don't overreact. We don't do it. It's fucking what? A fleeting moment of understanding passes between you. Could it be that Marvis is the friend you've been searching for after all? Oh, is it a fool's light? Is it a fool's flight of fancy to dream so?
I mean, he isn't racist, don't forget. Debatably.
Supposedly.
Oh shit, his fucking entire suit just shifted.
He draws in close, rearing up as if to strike. And as he raises his blade, his jacket lifts up too, exposing his vulnerable clown pit.
Okay.
If you leaned in just now, maybe, just maybe,
you could whip his BO.
Alright.
Okay, let's...
Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy, what are we gonna do, Cameron?
Let's see, I don't know if he'd want us to take a whiff or if he'd want us to respect ourselves. Okay. You want to cut? Yeah, just cut for a sec.
Right.
Okay, we're back.
Okay.
There is a Skype noise in here.
There is, yeah.
Okay, take a whiff or respect ourselves. Well, let's see here. I think...
I feel like we're gonna screw up his trajectory if we lean in.
Yeah, okay, let's take a whiff. Let's take a whiff and die.
Let's take a whiff. You can't help yourself. You lean right into the clown's swampy armpit and breathe in deep.
Oh, gross.
The scent is like nothing you've ever smelled before. It's like the thick flavor of ambrosia glazed over an ogre's musk. Wet teriyaki socks sprinkled with a seasoning of pure passion.
Oh, okay.
Powerful, indomitable, and beyond intoxicating. You can't get enough.
Oh, this is so disgusting.
You sniff, and then you snuff. Sucking as much of that hot, salty odor into your nostrils as possible. So delicious.
This is fucking disgusting. Okay, MSPA reader.
The fresh bouquet of exertion brought about by hard, relentless work, freely flowing as the manifestation of his raw talent. You could spend the rest of your life nestled into this gesture's fragrant pit, which might be literally what happens. You hope he allows you the indulgence. Were you so bold, you might even take a hearty lick. Oh, how could it possibly taste if the smell alone is so wonderful? Would that you could suckle even a single drop of that sweet gesture's hunky tang.
It's disgusting.
You imagine some poor Let's Player having to read every delectable sentence of these odiferous paragraphs aloud and get a little hot and bothered.
I'm not hot and bothered, I'm just disgusted. Oh my god.
Ugh, I'm very amused.
I'm amused as well.
There's a line just for us.
It is, yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
But you aren't quite that brave. Marvis brings down the blade. It sinks deep into the wood beside your neck. This was no accident. A gesture so powerful surely would not miss. He's sparing your life. You are so humbled that your bladder evacuates on the spot. Your urine is as hot as your legs. On your legs. On Marvis, as Marvis's gaze is on your face.
This is so fucking disgusting.
You really wish that you'd thought to bring your concert diaper. Marvis gives you a look and then glances pointedly to his cane sword. You take the hint and make an exaggerated reaction, like you've just been stabbed for real. You grab at your neck, sputtering and flailing.
Oh, but I thought we were tied up. Whatever, I guess our arms aren't.
The Highbloods right at the front can tell you haven't really been stabbed, and they're a little disappointed, but it's not as clear to the trolls further back. Somewhere around the massive Tealbloods, the illusion really hits home. They start going fucking bonkers back there. The apeshit wave travels back to the Burgundies and then ricochets back home to the Highbloods. You crack one eye open as you play dead. This time it's nothing like the controlled moshing during the performance. This is pure anarchy, a whirlwind of death and brutality. Trolls are at each other's throats, literally ripping each other apart with fang and claw.
Okay.
Alrighty. All the blood spraying into the air makes the humidity really skyrocket.
I wonder if he intentionally showed us his armpit.
At some point, when the racket becomes less than melodic, the clowns all come out for a final encore to drown out the sounds of the screaming. They start wrapping up a real storm. After about 45 seconds, a full 2/3 of the crowd are completely dead on the ground.
Jesus Christ. Why would you ever want to come here?
Because it's the best thing ever, Cameron.
You can only be... Okay.
You can only do it once. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Okay.
Well, if you're lucky, maybe you can come a second time.
Yeah, maybe. Die. 2 in a lifetime experience.
The performance finally ends once every single troll in the crowd has collapsed either from death or exhaustion. Only once the audience has worn itself out do the clowns call it quits. They all start filing backstage, but for Marvis, who stops to take you down from the cross. Your beloved clown cradles you in his arms like
Piss-ridden
the Pieta,
again.
gently petting your blood-spattered face. You hanging in there, fam? You tell him yes, while continuing to play dead. You don't want to foil his ruse. Okay, gravy. Oh boy. He picks you back up and carries you off the stage. The clowns have a little green room set up in the backstage venue where they're all mixing and relaxing after the show. Nobody seems concerned to see Marvis carrying in a 90% dead alien, or particularly rattled after witnessing thousands of trolls savagely cannibalize each other either. Hey, you want a sandy?
Sandy?
A what? A sando. You're sorry? Grub bread?
Yeah. Okay.
You say, yeah, you're pretty hungry. Marvis drops you off on a couch and you lounge indulgently as you wait for him to walk to the... Oh, a sandwich. I got it.
Yeah.
And you lounge indulgently as you wait for him to walk to the catering table and pick you something up. He's back quickly. Think you can move your arms or nothing, buddy? You say not really. You're pretty sure all your bones are basically obliterated. Oh, that's a rough sorry, man. Guess that's my fault. Lol.
I love him.
This is so bad. Okay, say, You don't even question it. You obey him unthinkingly. You nearly choke when he kneels beside you and starts pressing broken off pieces of grub sandwich past your trembling lips. Tears well up at the corners of your eyes. How could someone like you be so lucky to touch and be held by the closest thing on this mortal plane to a god?
Okay.
This is so ridiculous.
I love it. Oh, my goodness.
It's got that kind of like flavor, you know, like it's a similar flavor to like what Hussey does when he describes something completely inane and stupid and dresses it up like it's the best thing ever.
Yes. Go.
You're sure there are thousands, millions of trolls out here who would die to get to experience something like this? It's humbling. What did you do to deserve this? You're so weak from the concert that even moving your jaw is hard, and your star-stricken sobbing doesn't help either. Whenever a sloppy bit of grub paste filling dribbles down your chin, Marvis is right there to catch it and shove it back into your eager maw. He makes unyielding eye contact with you as he allows you to suck the maggoty meal from his fingers.
Okay.
Incredible. You tell him he's beautiful. A lot of people say that. I don't know about all that, though, clowny face. I'm just a humble rhyme juggler with a lot of cash money and 10 guys filming what I'm doing right now.
It's good.
When you're finished eating your sandwich, Marvis kindly wipes all the mess off your face. He's so gracious, you can't believe it. You're so glad the camera crew is here to capture all of this so you can watch it and relive the experience of receiving his kindness again later. Yes, you need an answer to the question. Why did Marvis decide to save you? Marvis takes a moment to think on it. Well, I guess I saw the guy you was with, and I was like, shit. What a sorry motherfucker. You know that buddy be bad news fam, lol. What? Zebra? No way. Zebra's your friend. All of your friends are cool. Damn, cuz that's raw.
Okay.
You okay? You sick? You real friends with that ding dong? Indigo, ding dong.
Yeah. In ding dong. Okay, go.
You know he blacklisted all the way and out in Clown Town. Wow, okay.
Wow, okay.
What? Really? Why? He's just a social climber, man. That big blue buddy be a motherfucking parasite.
Parasite.
I can barely read this, man.
Go.
It's too much to parse. And he's blacklisted by all clowns. He doesn't seem to know that. Well, we ain't but to go and tell his chatty ass. Gonna go and write a wicked nasty review about my business. So we be looking out for ourselves. Us clowns are real close-knit, you know. Take care of each other and all that shiz. You feel me? You know, if you think about it, clowns really are the most disprivileged socioeconomic class.
Okay.
You've thought about that, and it's making more and more sense recently. You'd love to engage in nuanced discourse with him about clown privilege or the lack thereof. Yeah, cuz though we nominally occupy a position of structural power in the institutional hierarchy of the hemispectrum, we be subjugated into dampening our powers like no other. Because the agents of the Empress and her abyssal hierarchy know that the unimpeded strength of me and my sick nasty buddies would easily unseat Sea Dwellers as dominant caste.
Is that rivalry?
Well, might not be wrong.
Yeah.
And if purple blood be objectively superior to violet in every metric of strength, power, and influence despite chromatically preceding them, and the only reason we don't rise up and rip the fins off their slimy little faces is in eternities of religious persecution and culturally immutable precedent, what does that say about the validity of the rest of the system? You consider your mind thoroughly blown. Wow, this guy is incredibly woke and not in the least bit racist at all. You're really inspired by how good he is, as both an artist and a man. Dan straight. I'm amused at how he doesn't swear.
Yeah.
Maybe all this spectrum needs is a little chaos to shake things up. Winky clowny face. Really makes you fucking think, you hear me? God, you do hear him. It makes so much sense. He makes so much sense. You make so much sense. Together. Marvis smiles at you as you hold his hands. You don't want to let go. You're afraid you'll never see him again if you do. You're not sure you can live like that. Maybe you can't be always by his side, but maybe sometimes, occasionally. All you want is to make a friend. A fucking course will be your buddy-buddy. Oh, clowny face. Here, why don't you add me on Chitter? And next time I got a show, maybe I'll hook you up with some wicked tickets. VIPB Rust Emperors represent. Make sure to check out my link in my bio for merch if you're interested.
Okay.
The promise fills you with so much hope and light and joy. You can't believe it. You did it. You've made the greatest, most ultimate friend of them all. Your shining light. Your reason for being. Marvis, the truest buddy you've ever had.
Okay. Beauty. Get over here, you dunks.
Oh my god. The fuck?
We did it.
Fuck is this goddamn fucking it's so snuttly.
It is. It's very snuddly.
It's like an OC to the highest proportions.
I'm perfect. Anyway.
Everyone likes him. Everyone. People like kill themselves for him. And he's not racist. In spite of his society.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. It's so dunkly.
It's very dunkly.
I love it.
It's incredible. It's the dunkliest thing ever.
Okay, let's not sniff his armpit first.
Okay.
He went straight for the good ending.
Yeah.
Whoopsie daisy.
Let's respect ourselves. We got noodled.
I would say just cut that out.
Yeah, I'll cut it out. I'll just be like, here's what happened.
Anyway.
That was noodly. It was completely optional whether or not we sniffed his armpit.
Okay, go next.
Silly. Alright. Here we go.
Go along with Zebra's cowardly and nefarious plan to scam your beloved clown.
Enraptured you may be with Marvis' magnificence. A promise is a promise, and you can't let Zebra down. You wait for the right moment and start to vault up over the barricade as quickly as you can manage. You clear the barrier and drop down into the gutter between the stage and the crowd. You're not sure where to go from here. You glance back towards Zebra for guidance, and the crowd has noticed what you're doing alright. The onlookers are swarming with rage at your insolence. Zebra makes his move. He starts to follow you up over the barricade, but things don't go as planned. Instead of heroically stopping you from making it to Marvis, Zebra is put upon from all sides by grasping claws. They don't recognize what Zebra is trying to do. They think he's just another conspirator trying to join you in your attempts at Marvis's life. You watch in stunned horror as the two trolls closest to Zebra take hold of each of his arms, dig in their claws, and rip them right off.
Okay.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
And they don't stop there. You barely have time to process what's happening until another pair of trolls descend, helping to tear ruthlessly into Zebra's body. His screams don't even register over the booming of the sound system.
Oh my god. Well...
Fountains of indigo blood spray hot into the humid air. The barricade and the ground all around you are drenched in your friend's gore. You're frozen where you stand, in that arid gutter between heaven and hell. This isn't how it was supposed to go, is it? You feel the inevitable threats of entropy closing in. The trolls in the audience see you, and they've already had a taste of blood. Your legs are as stiff as rods as the carnage-caked trolls, who make short work of your friend, begin to vault over the barricade themselves. It seems pointless to run. You're stricken by a consuming sense of deja vu. You've made a mistake, and the universe is going to clean up your mess. The trolls drop down into the gutter with you and advance. You close your eyes and accept your fate. And you feel yourself being wrenched up onto the stage. Yo, what's up? You can't believe your eyes. Marvis, in all his majesty, has hoisted you up to safety on the grand stage. He's beaming at you with the most beautiful smile you've ever seen in your whole life. This development has certainly given the bloodthirsty crowd pause. Marvis turns to them with an unerring grin and shakes his head. You all out there try and kill my buddy? Sometimes I swear my fans are bigger clowns than I am. Lol. His adoring legion seems to find that very funny. You're starting to realize you really should have brought your concert diaper after all. Now seems like there's been a big misunderstanding. This just be one of my backup dancers.
Oh shit.
Hey, hit it, cuz. Show him what you got. He's helping you? You can't say you understand, but you're not about to look a sexy, gorgeous gift clown in the mouth. If Marvis wants you to dance for your life, he'll dance. You start going to town, flossing, shooting, whatever it is the kids are doing these days. A real contemporary breakdown. The crowd goes wild. Things are really starting to look up for you until a deafening crack sounds through the air and the stage equipment starts to collapse. It all happens quickly. The bolts of all the stage scaffolding burst out of their settings, the lights catch fire, and one of the massive 100-foot screens behind the stage comes loose of its moorings. You'd have been easily pancaked by the huge screen if not for Marvis expertly clown-stepping you and himself out of the way.
Okay.
Half the crowd isn't so lucky. The big screen shatters when it hits the stage, remaining a 100-foot area of trolls with vicious glass. Damn. Shiz. Right when things were just getting started. But the sound equipment was all obliterated by the sudden collapse. Nobody can hear him but you. For a moment, your hero looks lost. Man, we better bounce, cuz.
All of them are good endings.
Maybe nuttily. Marvis grabs you by your sweaty hand and runs. Ah yes, the good ending where we get run over by Zebra's scooter. He takes you to safety into the performer's green room, which seems to be intact after the collapse of the stage, though the power's out. The room is filled with the clowns you'd performed earlier. They all look very confused and harried. Shit. Things gonna be a madhouse out here for a while, so better to just lay low for a little bit, I bet. We go out there right now and we gonna get mobbed. Usually everybody'd be dead at the end of my concerts. I wouldn't make it out of there without having to pay with 1,000 teens otherwise. So bad. So bad.
It's good.
You're a little rattled to say the least. Marvis takes a good look at you. Man. You shiz yourself? You start to cry. You didn't bring your concert diaper. Oh man, it's like, don't cry. Look, your father's the first buddy to ever shiz themselves at one of my concerts. I'm used to the smell.
Oh, gross.
TBH, it's comforting.
Okay.
You sniffle and say, really? You wouldn't want to bring even the slightest inconvenience to his wonderful life. What is happening? What?
I love it.
Yeah, I'll let it cook. Bring it in, Broheim. You bring it in. The two of you share a nice, malodorous hug.
Okay.
It's hard for you to understand what's going on. Why did Marvis save you anyway? I saw you was hanging out with that blue bro who was always trying to get his snuff shoot up me and me jug's shizholes. And then you trying to make a real run for me? Gotta say that's brave. Gotta ask a buddy where they got the bulge rods to try to pull a stunt like that.
Don't mention that it was Zebra's plan. Don't do it.
Respect. Oh, well, it wasn't really much of a stunt. You were just going along with your friend's ludicrous plan.
Wow.
To try and scam him into a friendship under false pretenses. But that was a really bad plan, and your friend was killed on the spot immediately. And now you're pretty sure you're cosmically fated to die due to making a non-canonical decision. What do you mean non-canon? All this be non-canon, fam.
You're right.
What can it even mean to be non-canonical when in the context of an inherently extra-canonical framework? Skeet skeet brap.
Okay.
You're not sure, but you can definitely have the sense that some of the decisions within the simulation carry greater values of truth and relevance than the others, and that the linear progression of events is rigorously enforced by an obligate narrative flow that privileges those actions which most smoothly facilitate the designs of the story's architect. Sure, you can hear that noise that way, but I say you the architect of your own fate. Inspiring a sermon as Marvis may be spitting, his wise pontifications are interrupted when a clown in the back of the green room knocks over the water cooler. This gets the other clown who was talking to him really pissed, and they start duking it out. It starts a chain reaction that pulls all the other highbloods into a whirling blade picture of clown carnage. Man, what the f*** is going on? It's like you said. You've made a mistake, and the essence of the timeline won't rest until it's put things right. You can feel that it's happened before, and it'll happen again. Well, I'm getting the out of here. Come on, Troll Nostradamus, let's skeet scoot. Even as the inescapability of your demise consumes you, you can't bring yourself to deny him. You follow him out of the green room, fleeing before the clown fight can pull you in and grind you to bits.
Dunkley.
What the goddamn is happening?
They're being meta. He's like, I have to die. I picked the wrong one.
Super dumb. Super meta. Dear fuck. Out here, you're the one who has to help Marvis. In the open air, it's an unending procession of teens quick time events. Some of them are carrying buckets. Oh god.
Okay. Go.
You just need to keep punching them out until you finally make it to this rich guy clown limo.
Hot diggity dang.
The driver's nowhere to be seen, so Marvis gets behind the wheel and you hightail it out of there. You stick your head out the window and look back. There's a nasty storm brewing in the distance.
It's an actual storm. It's like, it's time to die. Marvis is like, no.
It's the temporal storm.
Yes.
It's the world fighting back.
Yep.
Dear God. I know somewhere we'll be safe. Make sure to secure your seatbelt. After dodging at least 3 fallen trees, a wayward deer lussus, and a lightning strike that blasts the hood of the vehicle right off, Marvis brings you to Clown Church. You can't say that this place was high on your list of venues you wanted to visit again, but this thing has a fucking budget. Whatever bullshiz power that's coming after you will have no reach here. This be hallowed ground, biznatch.
I really hope we get another good ending. Oh shit.
Marvis leaves the limo on the lawn of the church, and you both hurry out just in time. Because it explodes not 2 seconds after you're out the door. By instinct, Marvis shields you from the fiery blast with his body.
Okay.
Oh no! Marvis, no, you beautiful soul! You're destroyed by guilt. How could someone so tremendous bring themselves to such harm for someone so meaningless as you? You drag Marvis's burn-scorched
It's a nipple!
Yeah, it's a nipple. Look at that. You drag Marvis's burn-scorched body into Clown Church and you collapse as soon as you're past the threshold. You start weeping. Shiz fam, I ain't dead, just a little toasty. You ain't gotta cry about it, goddamn. Oh, okay. You open up and bolt the door behind you. He was right. You do feel safe here. Nothing is collapsing. Nobody is being stricken with a hysterical urge to start a fight. And there's not even a single fire happening anywhere.
Clown Church ain't so bad.
It's protected from magical plot bullshit.
Yeah, because it's kind of like Ganthy's plot armor. The whole clown community. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Invulnerable to storytelling. The mirthful messiahs be protecting us, buddy. Stay frosty, aight. You help Marvis over to sit down in one of the pews. You settle in next to him and gaze up at the imposing architecture. It's not all so bad. There's a beauty there. A beauty in being a clown, too, you're starting to see. Maybe you're even starting to believe. You turn to look at Marvis, and his face is ashen and slick with sweat.
I mean, I can't blame you for believing it after all this fucking bullshit.
After all this weird garbage.
I mean,
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
Lightning struck the fucking roof off of our car, and then as soon as we got it, just explodes.
Think that dip in the grill I had hurt a bit more than I thought.
Is it time to die?
Your heart drops in your chest. You ask if he's going to be alright. As long as we stay in here, we ain't. But can you really stay inside Clown Church forever? You don't know down to your bones that you know down to your bones that even if you do, it doesn't matter. It's something about the air. You can't really describe it. Everything just starts to press down, down, down. Like you and everything around you is sinking implacably into the earth. But the ground is coming up to meet you too. You start to perspire. Okay. The pressure leaves you weak. You slump against Marvis's shoulder. You feel so insubstantial, like the entire concept of your existence is struggling to erase itself. You know this isn't something you can fight. What, are you giving up just like that? You don't know what else you can do. This isn't how things were supposed to go. This isn't how things can be. You can't exist like this. That depends on what it means to exist, fam. Depending on how you look at it, every branch in the timeline be fundamental to the metatextual structure of the essence of existence itself.
Okay.
Even an incident that falls outside the strict confines of canonical continuity contributes to the metaconsciousness that be built by and could even be said to be at its most essential level, defined primarily by the extratextual XXX change of interpretation by those who observe it. Each path a translucent fragment that, via mirroring or distorting or magnifying certain aspects of ultimate reality, folds itself invisibly
This did not go quite where I
into
expected
the
it to.
fabric of that reality.
This has taken a complete turn from what I expected.
Yep. Itself immeasurable and intangible, but the space it once occupied indelible. The observation of irreality can still inform how reality is to be interpreted, even if that irreality doesn't satisfy even a cursory standard of legitimacy. And that act of contravening continuity can in itself provide a definition to that very integrity it defiles. Even if what's going down here can't be said to be true, that doesn't mean we are meaningless. Turn up.
Okay.
You don't know about all that. But you tell Marvis you're glad he's here with you.
I was okay.
Marvis smiles and puts his arm around your shoulders. In spite of it all, he makes you feel real. You stare into the effervescing panes of clown glass as they shift and scintillate in your vision. Things are coming apart at the seams. Subatomic concepts scream from the insides of your
Good
ears.
thing none of this is canon.
And the infinity of your dimension blossoms between the tenuous threads holding the essence of your being together. The terminality of paradox space reaches into you from the inside out and takes hold of reality.
There's another version of him that's not smiling underneath there. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, I can see it. Tooly. Reaches into you from the inside out and takes hold of reality in its inescapable grasp. Continuity inverts and cascades into a cataclysmic fractal. What happens will happen, and what can't must not, and no measure of hubris from man or god or clown can stymie the cosmic imposition of truth. You close your eyes for just a moment, but when you open them again, there's nothing to see at all. Okay. Good end. Quality end. Alright.
Yay! Marvis saves the world. Does his best, and now we're trapped in this time paradox. If only he had just not been friends with us.
Yo, can I get a good time machine broke?
Go.
Bad.
Dunkley.
You're Dunkley. Alright.
Well, that was that.
That concludes this episode.
Oh, so next fucking volume you can save over the
Yeah, the armpit.
yeah, the armpit one.
How many volumes are left? 2?
Yep, 2 more.
2 more. Maybe. Supposedly. There might be more. You never know. Just because we run out of trolls doesn't mean we'll run out of volumes.
Yep. They might make some with Sea Dwellers later, they mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Dear God, what episode? Dear fucking...
Anyway, that was fun. I enjoyed both of those. They were both very Dunkley.
It was incredibly sneezely.
Which one did you like more?
I'm gonna say I liked Marvis's more.
I liked Fozzier's more.
You're a baby. Others was cool, but I liked Marvis's a lot.
Yeah.
Because of how snuttly it was.
It was very subtly. Okay. Cool.
The powers of being an OC.
The powers of semi-canon Friendsim.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Yay!
Thanks for watching.
I'm pretty sure this doesn't tell us a whole lot about the character.
No.
I mean, it tells us a little bit about who Marvis is, he's a celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
Fozzier's some jackass out in the fucking middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether Fozzier's a socialist or an imperialist. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
All of this be non-canon, fam. Anyway. That was really nuttly.
That was.
And extremely noodly newt. I couldn't hold the Birdly voice. It became like part Skeletor toward the end.
That's fine. Yeah, that was fun.
Alright.
Thanks for watching.
Yep. See you next time in like 45 years, because this episode is like 80 minutes long.
Damn.
Anyway.
Alright, well, bye.
Bye.